to have you back on the channel. If you're new, please subscribe and leave a comment if you want. And if you don't want, then don't. I'm Izzy. I was lucky to be a one-time guitar fill-in for Veit Offenbecher at Laut and Hart Festival, playing with Dawn of Destiny, which is a very awesome, very cool power metal band from Germany, around the corner from here. And they asked me to fill in for Veit, who was unavailable for that particular day. And not only this, they were so freaking kind and so nice. I was allowed to come up with own ideas for the solos, for the parts that are not tied and locked in with bass and such. And I tried to stay as true as possible to the iconic solos Veit played previously, but some I made my own solos. And so this song, the first song of that night we played, Hide Our Sorrow. You will hear it in a total at the end. For demonstrational purpose, I make a completely dry sound, so you can see and hear what I have done there without any trickery, without any guitar effects I might hide behind, no pun intended. And sometimes I switch between channels, so you hear what sounds with all effects engaged and high distortion, and what it sounds on the guitar without any effects. Guitar-wise, it's the same guitar I use on stage. It's an Ibanez Xyphos with DiMarzio deactivator. I only use the bridge pickup the whole gig, and it's tuned E standard, so from E to E. No fancy open tuning, no drop tunings, nothing. E standard, the whole set. You need in some particular solos a floating bridge like this. So floating bridge means you can dive and pull. For this particular song, Hide Our Sorrow, you also need a kill switch. With the press of the button, you make a short circuit on purpose, so the guitar is completely muted. And if you release the knob, guitar is there. Sounds very boring with clean sound, but with distortion. Some nice toys. You can mimic this with a toggle and two volume knobs for bridge and neck pickup, so you can switch between both pickups. This might work as well. It's just for one single effect, so if you don't have it and want to play it, it's no big deal to leave this out. Sound-wise, I used my Kemper, same as now, with the absolute same effects. It's a profile of a Diesel Herbert Mark II. The solo sound is basically the rhythm sound with added a little bit more mids, a delay, a slightly amount of phaser just to make the overtones and the pinch harmonics a little bit more cut through, and a good amount of reverb, not too much, but a good amount to soften up the edges. It was power metal, so it needed to sound kind of singing and sweet, and not all time screaming and yelling like a banshee or something like this. So I needed a sound to be able that can sing and scream at the same time, and I don't want to have a tap dance for guitarists. So that was basically it. 2 sounds, most of the set. For a child's hand, I prepared another rhythm sound, a little bit quieter and a little bit more behind, on which of Jens, the creative head behind Dawn of Destiny, and for one verse in Days of Crying, more crunchy sound and not such an overdriven sound, but that's all. I basically played the whole gig with 2 sounds, 1 rhythm, 1 lead. Yeah, so without further ado, the solo of Height or Sorrow. It starts with an D at the 19th fret on the G string. So I say always the name of the note and the fret it's in. At least I try to. And you make a bend up to the notes screaming. If you want, you can play a pinch harmonic here with the string. This sounds and screams very nice. Then I go down to the 7th position, which is basically 1 octave down. It was my purpose with this slightly chaotic arrangement of this song also to make a not too happy solo, but a not too chaotic solo. I wanted to carry on the spirit of the song. Made a full bend, excuse me, half bend to the F here. So I bend the E to the F and make it's a common tool of Marty Friedman, one of my childhood heroes. A little bit of a pentatonic down run. Then with I waited for this slight fill-in from the drums. After this fill-in from the drums was due, I make I don't know the exact name of this technique. I call it a kill to death. Yeah, I'm such a dog. You play the natural harmonics and the 5th fret with distortion. It sounds like this. So then I pull down the bar, and while I pull down the bar, I make the stutter effect with the kill switch. So in total, with distortion. And at the end of this kill to death, yeah, I'm a little bit childish. Oh, that's okay. I from this position on, I let the whammy bar jump to its regular 0 position. I recommend to do this on a Floyd Rose or some kind of double locking tremolo, because everything else will mess up your tuning, and you need to play the rest of the song at least. In this case, the rest of the gig, because this was the opening song. So, kill to death. Again, this is a figure I played before this kill to death passage. And then another fill-in from the drums. So I let the note ring, wait for the drum fill-in, and then make simply one of the easiest tapping tricks in the book. 12th fret, so the G, and the A, and or again the D on the G string, 19th fret, double tapping. Sounds very boring with clean sound, so it's not your regular eruption style tapping, it's tap, tap, just wait. Yes, it's tap, tap, G, so the index finger, and then move up the tapping finger 2 frets from the D to the E in the 21st fret. Again with distortion. Timing is key, and my timing was now a little bit off. Excuse me. Okay, it's tap, tap, pull off, tap, tap, pull off, tap, tap, pull off. Such things where you make automatically start to explain totally wrong. So please excuse me, it's of course, as you have seen now, tap, tap, pull off, tap, tap, pull off, tap, tap, pull off, and went 2 frets above from the D to the E with your tapping hand. Once again, with a totally clean sound. Followed by a so-called auto flange. That works. You need to play hammerings. Lay your right hand softly on the strings. You don't want to move them. You just want to. It's very, very hard to hear with a clean sound. I give it to you with full effects on. You hear the reverb and the delay. So once again, it's your palm softly on the strings. At best, you are able to mute the lower strings with the more meaty part of your palm, this region, but leave enough room to breathe for the string you're hammering with your left hand. Some do it with one finger. Or with the index. I found for me the best way is to and then out to E minor. So in total, wow, does this sound horrible without any distortion? So, but you were able to hear, sorry, I'm German native speaker and sometimes my English is not that on point. I hope you were able to hear what you need to hear if you want to play along. And now, with full effects and full band, enjoy.